Though the Vegas Golden Knights are currently taking on the Carolina Hurricanes in the Stanley Cup Finals, which airs on ABC and ESPN+, it was the mental health of the league's players, current and former, that took center ice last month when former star Claude Lemieux died by suicide. Lemieux was one of the game's most violent players. His family now says they will donate his brain so that researchers can study the long-term effects of repetitive brain injuries. Tonight on Prime, Perry Russom learns about the potential of a promising treatment for those brain injuries from former NHL player Dan Carcillo. He claims his life was saved by psilocybin, also known as magic mushrooms, after multiple concussions led him to contemplate suicide. Now Carcillo is on a quest to help other athletes.
We drive an hour northwest of Denver, climbing an elevation through canyons into the clouds, where snow is still on the ground and paved roads turn to mud. It leads us to this sprawling 6-bedroom home in the sun-drenched mountains of Golden, Colorado. Hello.
Hello. What's going on, man?
It's here we meet Daniel Carcillo, a 2-time Stanley Cup champion who's transforming this into a psilocybin retreat house for his company Experience Onward. This is where he plans to treat former athletes who have withstood years of head trauma leading to debilitating symptoms, desperate for relief, using the psychedelic compound psilocybin found in certain mushrooms. In Colorado, the drug is legal for adults over the age of 21.
What I've seen, it can give people a completely new world and just improve their life dramatically.
Former MMA fighter and wrestler Lance Palmer wants to see if the drug can dramatically improve his life. Whoa! After years of taking punishing blows to the head. We meet with him hours before his first psilocybin treatment.
I know it's not an end-all be-all, but it's another piece to the puzzle. Being able to live a long, healthy life after combat sports and be able to see my kids grow up and be able to remember that.
Carcillo is still waiting for final legal approval from the county and the state to treat at his new wellness retreat. So we are headed to Numia Healing Center in Denver. This is where Lance Palmer is going to dose for the first time. Palmer brings us inside the room where his psilocybin ceremony is overseen by Carolina Correa, who has a state license to administer the drug.
And as we exhale.
It starts with breath work and grounding. He goes over his pre-written intention and mantra, reminding him why he's doing this. The psilocybin is then brought into the room. It's 30 milligrams, a large amount known as a hero dose. Palmer consumes it in 2 different forms, dried and in capsules. He washes it down with orange juice. Sound bowls are played.
So you put this one first?
Palmer lies down, puts on an eye mask and headphones.
The eye mask helps the participant. It removes the visual stimulation so they can really drop into an internal state.
We're with Palmer for 10 minutes before he enters an altered state. His psilocybin journey, he tells us, is filled with hallucinations lasting about 4 hours. We meet with him the next day.
That 4-hour period can feel like you're going through a whole list of processes in your mind and different scenarios in your life that you may need to work on or things that just pop up that you go through.
Did this drug give you what you were looking for?
Health-wise, I already feel a million times better just coming out of that. Just feeling light, my mentality, the positivity out of it.
Researchers say archaeological evidence suggests humans used psilocybin as early as 3,000 years ago for pleasure, religious practices, and therapy. Today, the drug is illegal in the U.S. under federal law, and it's not approved for any medical condition. The drug has significant risks, including sometimes triggering psychosis. Regulations have eased in Oregon and here in Colorado, where Carcillo says psilocybin saved him.
Each time I see it, I just kind of fall in love again.
In the silence and serenity of nature, Carcillo is a world away from his violent, brutal life on the ice.
The rights by Carcillo.
For 9 years, he was an enforcer in the NHL.
They are letting him go.
Given the nickname Car Bomb, he would explode unpredictably.
And they are throwing him. Oh, are they ever? Man.
How many fights were you in over the years?
164 in the NHL.
How many concussions?
7 diagnosed. The 7th, though, was I couldn't look at my phone or any screens for almost 60 days.
60 days?
Mm-hmm. That would give me like a splitting headache. I had a newborn at home, and I wanted nothing to do with him. And all I wanted to do was be a dad. Then Steve passed away that same year, my friend.
Steve Montador was another one of hockey's enforcers.
Montador and Carcillo. Carcillo getting driven to the glass.
After playing 10 years in the NHL, he was found dead in his home at the age of 35. His cause of death never made public. According to researchers who autopsied his brain, Montador showed widespread presence of CTE throughout his brain. CTE is short for chronic traumatic encephalopathy, where nerve cells are damaged.
His death saved my life. The way he was suffering, like in real time, I was still in the league and I could see those symptoms in me.
The year Montador died, Carcillo retired.
The first 5 to 6 months of my retirement was really just dark and isolation, ton of isolation.
His concussion symptoms overwhelming.
Brain fog, brain fatigue, short-term, long-term memory loss, anxiety, depression, suicidal ideations.
Carcillo says he spent hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to fix his brain, from concussion clinics to acupuncture.
Did any of it work?
For very short amounts of time, yeah. But then everything would always stop working.
He then tried psilocybin.
I haven't had a symptom in 6 years.
It's estimated as many as 3.8 million Americans have a traumatic brain injury every year, and it can have lasting effects on mental health. A growing body of research suggests psilocybin may help alleviate the symptoms of depression and anxiety, and in theory, concussion symptoms.
We see all spectrum of injury.
Dr. Shay Dada is a sports neurologist and concussion specialist at NYU Langone Health.
The underlying thing of what psilocybin is doing to the brain is that it's acting as an anti-inflammatory. We know that when we have a concussion, there is an inflammatory cascade that happens. So imagine if someone punched you in the arm. You're going to get a bruise, right? So it's kind of like the brain having a bruise when you get a concussion. And if you take Advil, then the pain is less, right? And then over time, the bruise fades and you put heat on it, you rest your arm. It's a similar concept for the brain. And if psilocybin is anti-inflammatory, I'm guessing that's where the benefits are coming from.
She says there are some drawbacks to psilocybin.
You have to be careful in people who have a history of mood disorders. If they already have family history of bipolar disorder or schizophrenia, certain things can get maybe triggered or worse. So it has to be done under the supervision of someone who knows.
Scientists say they believe the drug may have the ability to promote neuroplasticity, a process where the brain essentially rewires itself, but more study is needed. During Carcillo's first psilocybin journey, he says a voice spoke to him.
This voice came in and said, hey, we can give you your brain health back, but you have to promise to provide access to people. If we do this for you, use your platform for good.
It sounds as if during your first journey, you almost made a contract with psilocybin.
I did. Not almost, I absolutely did.
In April, President Trump signed an executive order looking to accelerate the research and approval of psychedelic drug therapies to treat mental health.
If these turn out to be as good as people are saying, it's going to have a tremendous impact on this country.
The FDA now fast-tracking a review of the drug's potential use for treatment-resistant depression and major depressive disorder.
I think we're really at the sort of cutting edge of finding out about psilocybin.
Carcillo is calling for a study to be done, specifically looking at psilocybin's effects on concussions in former athletes and veterans, putting hard science and data behind what he says is true.
So what I want to see done is an inhuman observational study, which is something that I've proposed, and we've laid the foundation for what we think could be a study. And now it's my job to go out and try to get it funded. And I want to provide hope, not only to concussion survivors, but anybody suffering. This could be a good catalyst. It could be a really good start to improving your life.